Imagine a quiet government worker, someone living a modest life in a small, rent-controlled apartment for decades, wearing the same clothes, rarely indulging. Now, picture that same person leaving behind a fortune upon their death. Not just a comfortable sum, but a staggering $22 million. This isn't fiction. This is the true story of Anne Scheiber, an unassuming auditor for the IRS who never earned a high salary, yet through quiet discipline and a simple investing approach, built a legacy that astonished everyone. How did she achieve this? How did someone with an average income amass such extraordinary wealth? Forget complex trading or inside tips. Anne Scheiber's story reveals powerful principles that seem almost too basic, yet are incredibly effective. Principles just as relevant for investors today. Stay with us as we explore the life and the remarkably successful secret strategy of the $22 million IRS auditor. Her approach might be something you can learn from, maybe even apply to your own financial path. Anne Scheiber was born around 1893. Details of her early life are few, adding to her mystique. She attended college, less common for women then, and became an auditor at the IRS in New York City. By all accounts, she was intelligent, but felt overlooked in her career, seeing less experienced men promoted ahead of her. She remained single, lived a solitary life, and likely developed a strong desire for financial independence. This became her quiet focus. She worked diligently at the IRS until retiring around 1944. Her salary never exceeded about $4,000 a year, respectable then, but hardly the foundation for immense wealth. Upon retirement, she had saved around $5,000. This sum, perhaps supplemented by a small inheritance, became her investment starting capital. It was the mid-1940s. World War II was ending, and America stood on the verge of a major economic boom. The timing was favorable, but it was Anne's strategy, executed over decades, that truly mattered. So what was this secret strategy? It rested on a few core pillars, applied with unwavering consistency for half a century. Long-term buy and hold. Anne wasn't a trader chasing quick profits. She bought shares in solid, established companies and held them for decades. She understood that real wealth grows over time, like a marathon, not a sprint. Daily market noise, news headlines, even panics, she ignored them, trusting in the long-term potential of American enterprise. Think about today's constant market updates and temptations to react. Anne's method is a reminder that sometimes the best move is no move. Choosing quality investments and letting them compound is a proven path. Consider long-term holders of companies like Apple or Microsoft. Their patience through market swings yielded incredible results. Focus on quality blue-chip stocks and dividend reinvestment. Anne invested primarily in well-known, profitable companies with strong track records, blue-chip stocks. Think major pharmaceutical firms, beverage giants, and stable consumer goods companies. Brands people recognized and trusted. Names often linked to her portfolio include Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Schering-Plough, now part of Merck. Crucially, she reinvested the dividends. When these companies paid profits to shareholders, Anne used that money to buy more shares of the same company. This is the power of compounding. Each new share bought with dividends then earns its own dividends, buying more shares, creating a snowball effect that grows faster over time. Today, automatic dividend reinvestment plans make this easy. Setting this up puts wealth building on autopilot, just as Anne did manually. Imagine owning shares in a reliable dividend payer today. Reinvesting those payments significantly boosts your total return over just holding the stock and taking the cash. Extreme frugality. This was essential to her strategy. Anne lived far below her means. Her rent-controlled apartment was cheap. She attended shareholder meetings reportedly for free snacks. She mended clothes and avoided unnecessary spending. Why was this critical? Every dollar not spent was a dollar invested. Frugality maximized the capital working for her in the market. It meant her pension and Social Security could cover living costs, leaving her investments untouched to grow. Minimalist oversight and patience. Anne wasn't constantly checking stock prices. She managed her reinvestments and largely let her chosen companies work. She attended shareholder meetings, likely staying informed without overmanaging. She understood patience. Building wealth takes decades. She had the emotional strength to endure market downturns, like the crash of 1973 or Black Monday in 1987, without panic selling. Think about recent volatility, the pandemic crash, inflation fears. Sticking to a long-term plan during turbulence requires discipline. Anne's 50-year commitment shows patience is often rewarded. So Anne lived her quiet, frugal life, year after year, decade after decade, The world changed dramatically, but her strategy remained constant. Buy good companies, reinvest dividends, live simply. She continued this well into old age. Retiring in the mid-40s, she lived until 1995, passing away at 101. That's over 50 years of disciplined investing, 50 years of compounding, 50 years of her money working tirelessly for her. Her investments, concentrated in sectors like pharmaceuticals and consumer goods, thrived during the post-war boom. The companies grew, dividends flowed, buying more shares, generating more dividends. The snowball grew larger and larger, silently, within her simple apartment. When Anne Scheiber passed away in 1995, her immense wealth was a secret. She had no direct heirs. Then came the stunning news. Her estate was valued at $22 million. The frugal, solitary IRS auditor was a multimillionaire. But the story has another layer. What she did with the fortune was perhaps most remarkable. Anne, who possibly felt hindered as a woman in her career, left the entire $22 million to Yeshiva University in New York City. Her specific wish? The funds were to provide scholarships and financial aid, prioritizing women pursuing higher education, especially in fields like medicine and law. The woman who felt unseen used her fortune to open doors for others, ensuring future generations of women might face fewer barriers. It was a powerful final statement. Her legacy became not just the money, but the opportunity it created. What can we learn from Anne Scheiber's incredible story today? You should embrace simplicity. Complex strategies aren't necessary. A simple, consistent approach like buying and holding quality investments can yield extraordinary results. Harness compounding is a must. Reinvesting dividends or gains transforms growth exponentially over time. Start early if possible, but consistency matters most. Automatic reinvestment in low-cost funds is the modern way to apply this. Don't forget frugality. It fuels growth. Living below your means frees up capital to invest. Every dollar saved and invested today works for your future self. Analyze your spending and find ways to boost your investment rate. You should cultivate patience and discipline. Resist emotional reactions to market swings. Trust your long-term strategy. Anne's 50-year horizon is long, but the principle holds for any multi-decade goal. Time in the market is your priority. Anne didn't try to time the market. She stayed invested. History favors long-term market participation despite volatility. Staying invested captures overall growth. Anne Scheiber's story is powerful not because she was a conventional financial wizard, but because she mastered discipline, patience, and foresight. She played the long game quietly and won decisively. Her life proves that financial success hinges significantly on behavior, consistency, and time, not just high income. What are your thoughts on Anne Scheiber's story? Does her simple, long-term strategy resonate with you? Could you apply some of her principles? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We enjoy hearing different investing perspectives. If you found this story insightful, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating investing stories. We uncover the strategies, successes, and lessons from diverse figures in the world of finance. Thanks for watching. Remember, sometimes the simplest paths lead to the most remarkable destinations.